Hey guys, so I've just come across an idea driving home, and I'm sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. It is summer in Australia and it's boiling hot. Now, I was asking myself, why does these people make such a sad story? What do they brutalise you for? And not try to pick the pieces back up? I mean, Arcane is a very, very beautiful series, but also very, very brutal. Fucking gut punches you every chance they can get. You watch your characters get a slight bit of happiness after being dragged to the mud, and their faces just put back into it and dragged across the floor. The series was rough, man. It was bloody rough. And I asked myself, I was like, why would anyone want to write that series and leave it so, so many questions? There's not enough answers. It doesn't feel like you've had enough time or watched our characters succeed in any sort of way. Why leave us in a state of shit? And then it came to me when I got out of my car, when I come back from the gym, and I was like, holy fuck. It was tactical. It's fucking genius. At the end of one of the interviews for Act 3, Jason goes, no, it's not Jason, Christian goes, is Jinx dead? And Aloe kind of smiles behind the thing with a smile, and Christian says one thing, goes, that's up to your interpretation. Let me translate that for you. It's up to your reaction. They weren't guaranteed a Season 3. This is what they had, and this is the time they had to work with. I think they've left so many unanswered questions, so much unsatisfying endings for these characters because our reactions will sell them another season, or not another season, but another story on these characters. This show left a lot of us brutalized, I'm not a League of Legends fan at all. I don't care for the game. Never will. I'll never play it. But this show just fucking robbed my soul. And everywhere I go, Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, I see the exact same shit and from different people, that they're broken, that this show really brutalized them. They were happy beforehand, and then all of a sudden they watched this and it just cooked them. And I think that's the reason why they've done it. I think this is the reason why they've actually they've made us so sad, is because it's going to leave such an important message behind that people want to see more, which is going to make Riot think this is going to be money, let's fucking do it. We want to see more of Jinx. Especially if you're a Jinx and Echo fan, you got a very unsatisfying ending. Very unsatisfying. Heartbroken. Jinx is dead, quotation marks, and bloody Echo is sitting there on his own, where him and Powder were sitting, on his own because he thinks the girl he fell back in love with is dead. That's very brutal, man. I feel sorry for anyone that was actually had them as their main characters, because that leaves a big hole in your heart. Same thing kind of with me, I'm a V fan, and having her know that her sister was dead and it was all her fault, this is what she's going to think, she's going to blame herself for it like she always does, it brutalizes me, man. It leaves me with an unsatisfying ending. It feels like, congratulations, you survived. It'd be like doing an FPS in a video game for you to spend hours upon hours completing it and you don't get the reward that you're looking for. You feel exhausted and bummed and drained and you don't want to do it again. I mean, that's what it kind of feels like. I think they did this not because they wanted to break us, but they wanted our reaction. They wanted to force our hand. Because, like I said, Riot might not have given them a Season 3, and might decided to go, we're moving on to a different place now, so we can get more champions and more this and more skins and blah blah blah. But they've done this on purpose to have us react in such a way that we call out for more of these characters. More Vi, more Caitlyn, more Echo, more Jinx, and eventually, I dare say, I don't know if I've released this video yet, but the Powder will one day come into the story. This Powder. And it's fucking genius, man. But it's so genius for them, but at our expense. The ending, it breaks my heart, because I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel, what's what I'm looking for? I don't feel at peace with the ending. I feel still troubled and heavy and things in my mind. It's like saying goodbye to someone you never know you'll see him again. And I think this is the plan. This is Christian's plan. This was his writing plan's teams that they'd had no guarantee of further stories of these characters. They've had the ideas there. They have all the stuff that they want to do, but they might have not gotten the green light by Riot to do this. But by forcing our emotions to call out in anger or sadness, it's going to show Riot that there's so much more we want to see from these characters. So much more. And that is fucking brutally genius. If what I'm thinking is true, I want to say fuck you, Christian, you son of a bitch, for destroying me at the purpose of showing more this story. But also, I respect that. That's a good fucking plan. That's good. It's, we fell into the trap. We fell into it. and we didn't even know it was a trap. But that could be the reason why I believe they left things so undone. Like, you've got so much story left, man. Far out. You've got Savika that just sat down on the council chair, and the entire council's just looking at her like with disgust. I mean, there's a lot of story for the continuation of trying to bridge Piltover and Zaun together. You got the Chem Lords. You need to somehow get Singed to flee and flee off into, what is it called? Piltover? No, Noxus, because he's in the League of Legends universe. He apparently sells Chemtech to the Noxus Empire, and well, Caitlyn knows where he lives, and he's number one enemy to the people of Piltover and Zaun. So I don't exactly know. There's still so much there they'd want to do, but at the end of the day, as a writer or as a storyteller, you know, if you're working for such a massive company, these investments take a lot of risk and a lot of money, and you don't want to lose money. The idea is to make money, and Riot might have gone, we'll tell these two stories and we'll move on to the next place. We don't want to continue this because we could lose money. But seeing the reaction from the fans calling out for more of the characters they love, it's kind of going to force Riot to go, alright, there's money there to be made. It's kind of a very brilliant tactic, but at our expense as the fans, brutalising us. So I hope this has worked, and I don't know, man, I'm just one dude, but everywhere I go, if it's on Facebook, if it's on Reddit, which I don't like going to Reddit, even on Twitter, I don't like going to Twitter. Twitter, it's either sadness or lesbian sex of Kate and V. But, you know, everywhere I go, it's just, I see just so many people sad, you know, broken even, that their characters didn't get the ending they really sought for, especially if they were Echo or Jinx fans, especially. That'd been brutal. But like I said, man, there's still so much there. They had it in the back of their heads and they want to do it, but they need the funding, they need the green light. And our cries and our anger could be the very thing that forces Riot to go, Rogie, there's definitely interest there. Let's give it the green light. Let's continue the stories of Vi, Caitlyn, Echo, and Jinx. But I think in the long run, I think Jinx's story is going to end up somewhere else. You know, she's going to end up in a different place. So it could definitely continue the story of Vi and Caitlyn becoming enforcers or sheriffs in this, and trying to bridge, like, you know, criminal stuff, and hunt Singed, and you could have Echo. I think Echo's story would be pretty cool, because I think since the woman he just fell in love with again died, I think his dream would be to turn Zaun into what he saw in the other world. That would be his mission, for the sake of Jinx. Turning Zaun into a safe place, turning into a beautiful place that he saw. And I think that's what he's going to do. And he's going to fall in love with somebody along the way. And of course the shippers are going to hate that, but I think something will happen along the way where eventually Jinx's story will come into play, and I think she'll fall in love with someone else different too. But eventually they'll end up finding each other due to circumstance and story and all that sort of stuff. But I think this was a very tactical plan for Christian and the writing team to bring attention to these characters' stories so they can write more and do more with these characters where they might not have been given the green light by Riot. And I think it was an absolutely fucking smart tactical plan, and I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. Because this is the sort of shit that I would do. If I really wanted to continue the story, I'd make people feel for it. I'd make people broken, so they'd want more to fix it. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, because it does seem like a very viable tactic from a writing team to kind of get you to want more without directly telling you that they want to do more. It's that sort of thing. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, I'll catch you in another video.